So, two animal shelters, which are no-kill shelters. If that appeals to you, fabulous. Otherwise, for the more sophisticated of you, pop sex, popular sexuality, which is a historical tome covering all places, all times, and basically explaining how a lot of this makes us, motivates us and makes us function. Okay?
Yay!
Tavern. Here we go. There was a brindle pussycat called Tortoiseshell by some. Her eyes were green as emeralds. She certainly was not dumb. Pussycat was dainty, and her resolve was strong. Her story was a tragedy. Pussycat was done wrong. Kitty cats, young and old, all have stories to be told. Cats enchant the role of friend. They are furry partners to life's end. Kitty cats, humans packed and fled one day. Got in their car and drove away. Kitty waited patiently. They were gone so long, then suddenly she knew the truth. They were not coming home. Her abandonment complete, she shed a kitty tear and decided to forge on and not give in to fear. Kitty was brave and she was strong. Precious little girl had done no wrong. Hunger made her climb a wall into a garden not too small. There was a fountain where pools of water poured into each other. And as if to take away her care, she caught dinner, a lizard, drinking there. Never again would bipeds hurt her so. She would be the first to go. Let them do the crying and the sighing. She was brave, and she was strong. Pooh Kitty had done no wrong. A man lived there with a robe and braid. Kitty watched him. She was not afraid. She would not let him get away. She needed a protector. Someone who would not reject her. He seemed steady. He seemed strong. She liked his garden. He was there for hours, all alone. Tap, tap, tapping, setting stones into the dirt, cobbling the backyard, planting vegetables and trees, working hard for hours on his knees. The water pools were perfect for engaging prey. Kitty had found a new place to stay. Now she wanted her life to be a winner. Bird or lizard, who would be her dinner? She was brave and she was strong. Pooh Kitty had done no wrong. From a strange beginning of desperation, a bond was formed of sweet affection. Pooh Kitty relaxed into her new home. She was pampered and spoiled, never alone. Kitty started to feel much better. Her new humans started to matter. There was food 3 times a day. Now, if they would only stay, she would be the Pooh Kitty princess. The days were splendid and the sun was shining. Pooh Kitty's life had found a silver lining. A slinky black cat came a-calling. He would climb over the wall and start yowling. With black suit and rakish sombrero, he was a charming and handsome companion. Tom was his name. Romancing was his game. He was determined and strong. She could not resist him for long. No amount of rejection persuaded him to leave Pooh Kitty alone. Even the man's protection had no effect on Tom's affection. One night he came lurking. He was crazy and berserking. Tom searched the garden in vain. This prize he wanted was driving him insane. Where could she be? He had given the call. Come and get me, pretty baby. I'm 20 feet tall. And she looked. And she looked. And then, I will give you kittens that make you happy. Come on, baby. Come to Pappy. Pooh Kitty heard Tom singing his song. Then he changed his tune. And the quiet was long. What did he want? Why was he bothering her so? Intent on his mission, Tom was not used to asking permission. Pooh Kitty hid in the palm tree, climbed to the roof. She was free. Then a twig cracked beneath her paw, and up came Tom, pleased with what he saw. Pooh Kitty up on the roof, he jumped in one bound off the stoop to the palm, and there was the end of time. The wailing and screeching just began. Tom had not counted on Pooh Kitty's human, who arrived with a hose in his hands. Loving had to be fast before the water blast. This dude was not playing, he was protecting his cat. What's the matter with you, said Tom, parleying while dodging the spray. The man dispatched Tom that night. Tom did not care. He had scored, his heart was light. Pooh Kitty was happy, and let it show. Michael took her inside, and would not let go. Pooh Kitty was queen of her garden domain. She ruled with a swagger, and felt no pain. Now she started to expand, just a tiny bit. But her fur was glossy, and she looked very fit. Some nights Black Tom would come a-calling, regaling her with stories and much guffawing. He brought her birds or lizards, sometimes baby snakes. Tom was down and had what it takes to impress a young princess as Pooh Kitty was. He promised her adventures and spun kitty dreams, lulled her to sleep with rock and roll schemes. Pooh Kitty was hot, and then she was cold, and then she got scared, and she was not so bold. Her humans came to help. Pooh Kitty watched her tail, gave a wail, and a kitten appeared. Oh, thank goodness that's over, she sighed. Is it alive? Yes, the man said. Pooh Kitty, is that another kitten? And another? A brindle and 2 black kittens were born that day. It was time for rejoicing, a big hooray. Their birth was in kitty cat newspapers everywhere. It said, Pooh Kitty had 3 kittens, Brindlebot and George, 2 boys, 1 sooty black and a brindle, and Bitsy, a little girl with a heart-shaped face and long, dainty legs. Tom did not have a minute to lose. He watched from the trees as his kittens played. He danced in the leaves. Bitsy is the little girl, and she is a dancer, that is for sure. She can juggle and play with balls, make them fly, and act real tall. George had his own way of dancing, or should we call it prancing and romancing. George was Elastocat as a kid. That was his way of doing it. He held a rubber band with both of his paws and then pulled on it, up in the air yeah, he would go. It really was quite a show. Brindlebot was handsome and gay, could not wait to run away. Got in trouble, gone for days. Then he returned, but in a daze. They ran free. They had so much fun. The humans gave them plenty of attention, all on the run. Pooh Kitty was not pleased. She felt betrayed by their needs. Then her old fears returned to haunt her soul. There would not be enough food in her bowl, with 3 other mouths to feed. She had to go, she felt the need. And so she left. Yes, indeed. The humans had abandoned her, she thought. Never again would the bipeds hurt her so. She would leave first. They would watch her go. Let them do the crying and the sighing. She was brave and she was strong. Pooh Kitty had done no wrong. Brindle and George played large. All over the neighborhood they charged. The boys were naughty and looking for trouble. There were plenty of places to hide in the rubble. Betsy stayed home, keeping Mummy company. When she was alone, George had a big fight and got badly hurt. He was covered in mud and plenty of dirt. Diagnosis was gangrene from the fight. The vet fixed him up, but boy, what a sight. With tubes in his neck and not loud on the deck, George went out and did it again, was grounded and suffered the fate of many men. He was given a deportment mark. Brindle kept playing and having a lark. He fought one battle too many and one with a car. Came home limping 3 days later. He had traveled so far, but he could not win. He died of pneumonia with a man at his side. It was time to leave our desert home. We packed up the house and prepared to roam. Jennifer rode with me and George with Dad. We all were pretty sad. It was hard to leave without knowing what happened to Pooh Kitty or where she was going. Thank you, Pooh Kitty, for the wonderful years, the joy and the cuddles, the tears and the fears. Thank you so much.
Yeah.